A historic day on Beacon Hill. House members expel a colleague for the first time in nearly 100 years.
Drivers falling short with their snow cleanup.
A situation like that could actually cause an accident, could potentially kill somebody.
The risks snowy roofs pose to everyone on the road.
A parade of storms to kick off February. We are tracking yet another one, but will it end up a hit or a miss?
And he doesn't even have a license yet, but he's competing and winning in the racing world's minor leagues.
Being the young kid, a lot of people don't really expect much from me at all.
The local team gunning for the NASCAR Winners Circle.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
They haven't done it since 1916, but House lawmakers have now taken a drastic step expelling one of their own. I'm Lisa Hughes.
And I'm Jack Williams. Carlos Enriquez is now serving a jail sentence for assault. He had to wear handcuffs for his last few trips to Beacon Hill. Still, he insists he's innocent and should remain in the legislature. John Keller joins us live at the State House tonight, and John, Enriquez's colleagues apparently do not agree.
No, Jack, they certainly do not. The final vote to strip him of his House seat was 146 to 5. A highly unusual move because ordinarily, when legislators get in serious legal trouble, they resign before things get to this point. But not only did he not resign, Carlos Enriquez argued today, as he has since his conviction, that he, not the 23-year-old woman in question, is the real victim here.
Yet regardless of what my accuser, the jury, and the media have said and may say, the truth always remains the same. The truth is, I never touched my accuser in any way at any point in time that would result in harm or injury.
But the full House, like its ethics committee and a jury before it, didn't believe him.
The jury heard that the representative became angry and started striking her repeatedly and violently. Look at the photos of the multiple black and blue marks on her chest, torso, and arms. These photos were obtained from the court file. They were not objected to when entered into evidence by the representative's counsel.
This representative questioned the process and the rule used to expel Enriquez.
The narrowness that has been discussed and all of the other things that have been brought out today was done by this committee.
But for the majority, and for a leading voice from the civil rights community, it seemed the nature of the crime outweighed all else.
What is trumping everything is the domestic violence issue overarches all of that. I don't think color is the issue. I think that the consequences, by the grace of God, there go I.
No handcuffs for Mr. Enriquez as he sat in the House chamber and then delivered his remarks, after which he immediately exited and was returned to the Middlesex County Jail where he sits tonight. But it's likely we haven't seen the last of Carlos Enriquez. There's no reason why, once his sentence is up this summer, he couldn't compete in the election to fill that seat, either a special later on in the year or when the seat comes up for re-election next November. Live at the State House, John Keller at large, WBZ News. Jack, back to you.
Thank you, John. Breaking news tonight on the terror threat at the Olympics. The TSA is now banning all liquids, gels, aerosols, and powders from carry-on luggage on flights to Russia. Now, yesterday, Homeland Security warned the terrorists may use toothpaste tubes to try to smuggle explosives into the country. Oh, by the way, some live shots coming out of Sochi, Russia right now. CBS News says this order will only affect a handful of flights. Again, direct flights to Russia only. There are no flights that go directly, by the way, between Logan Airport and Russia.
The day after the storm, there is still plenty of snow out there. Driving is tricky in places. Even walking around is a challenge, and here's the reason. A lot of sidewalks and crosswalks that have been cleared now have an icy layer of slush. I'm here with Eric Fisher, and we were just talking about this. That icy layer, it's not melting anytime soon.
No, you know, the sun is a little more powerful this time of year. We can feel that, but at night, as soon as it goes down, it's cold, it's ice all over again. Take a look at the highs today. No one got above the freezing mark for the most part. Maybe a couple of towns up toward the Cape and Nantucket, just nudging above 32. Everyone else in the 20s. I gotta say, the sun, we can notice. 37 days past the solstice. Feels a little better. Clear skies tonight. Very chilly out there. Single digits and teens. So as we're talking about that slush, certainly going to be freezing quickly right back up. It'll be a cold start to the day tomorrow. When we look at the temperature trend going forward, every day through at least Wednesday of next week is going to be below average. It's the winter that keeps on giving.
At least we get a little more sunshine every day.
Then we'll talk about our storm threat coming up a little bit.
All right, thank you, Eric. Now, if you've been out on the road, you've probably noticed many drivers have not completely cleared their cars. This can be dangerous, and it is definitely illegal. Christina Hager is live in Mobile 4 tonight with that part of the story. Christina?
Lisa, we all know that feeling when you're on the highway and there's that vehicle in front of you. We're in Mobile 4 now on the Mass Pike, and police were out here today looking for just that. The day after the storm, vehicles seem to grow taller, whiter on top.
Especially tractor trailers are the worst.
We got caught behind the spray of a big truck on the highway.
You try to dodge it and hit a car next to you or whatever, it's dangerous.
Today we found plenty of cars toting hunks of white. A simple turn causes chunks to fly, and on the highway those chunks fly fast.
That could kill somebody. There's always that possibility that that load's going to shift.
We showed our video to Newton Police Lieutenant Bruce Apotheker.
I've seen it happen. You put your foot on the brake, the load, goes forward, that's coming down forward. When you can't see outside your windshield, anything could happen at that point.
He calls it driving to endanger. State police call it driving with an unsecured load, which carries a $200 fine. Drivers told us they've seen plenty of it this week.
Sometimes it comes off in a big cloud, and sometimes it comes off in a big sheet. Depends on whether or not it's been iced up or not, and then goes all over the road.
Take time. It'll save you in the long run, and it can potentially save somebody's life.
After all, it is state law, and police tell me they can pull you over for that reason alone, for having too much snow on the top of the car. We're live on the Mass Pike in Mobile 4. I'm Christina Hager, WBZ News. Jack, back to you.
Thank you, Christina. A college student was charged today with randomly attacking classmates right on campus. Police aider Dylan DeStefano walked up to 3 different students at Endicott College, and he punched them right in the face. Police say the 3 assaults were all random and within 1 hour of each other. 2 other students were with DeStefano. They all have been suspended from school. For nearly 40 years, police say a man living in Georgia got away with murder, but not anymore. Tonight, he's been charged with killing a Shrewsbury woman back in 1974.
As Ken McLeod tells us, DNA technology finally helped police solve this case.
69-year-old Lonzo Guthrie found himself in a Georgia courtroom yesterday, chased down by Massachusetts detectives looking to solve a 40-year-old murder.
Old-fashioned police work, boots on the ground, that's what was so beneficial here. They kept pushing and pushing and pushing, not letting this go.
He's talking about a crime that shook Shrewsbury. On a Friday night in February of 1974, 21-year-old Eileen Farrow was found slashed to death in the spare bedroom of her home here on Lady Slipper Drive in Shrewsbury. This house right here. But police found no sign of forced entry and struggled to come up with a motive. But luck combined with skill recently when Guthrie violated his California rape parole and had to submit a DNA sample, just as the Worcester DA's unresolved case squad was plugging some old forensic evidence into the newest crime-fighting science.
The DNA evidence identified former Worcester resident Lonzo Guthrie as the primary suspect.
Fact is, Guthrie was not a new name in this case. He'd been interviewed back in 1974 about a visit he made to the victim's house.
Our understanding is that he was delivering some furniture the day before her murder.
State police now believe he returned to Farrow's house the next night and brutally murdered her. So this week, Guthrie was arrested at his rural Georgia home by Massachusetts State Police and local sheriff's deputies.
I think it's a great accomplishment to reach back that far.
As a long-distance trucker for much of his life, the aging suspect is now gaining attention concerning scattered killings nationwide. But no more here for now.
At the present time, we're just looking at Mr. Guthrie for this case.
Guthrie is fighting rendition, so it'll likely take a couple of weeks to bring him back north. In Shrewsbury, Ken McLeod, WBZ News.
Eye on education tonight. Boston Mayor Marty Walsh is putting together a team to pick a new leader for the city's school system. And in a room of students today, the mayor announced the formation of a 12-member search committee. It will be led by the dean of BU's School of Education. Time's of the essence here. The mayor wants the new superintendent in place by September.
We're going to bring in great leaders who are going to ensure that every girl and every boy in Boston gets a great education and gives them the opportunity to live productive and successful lives.
Now, members of the public will be able to quiz the finalists. The last superintendent, Carol Johnson, retired back in August.
Coming up on WBZ News tonight, first aid for the state's health care website. Do the governor's draft need to try to fix the troubled system?
Plow drivers clearing the roads without getting paid? Why the state is weeks behind sending out some checks.
And in sports, a rising star behind the wheel. He's a Westboro teenager who actually needs a ride to go to the race.
And snow tire weather yesterday, but we had to break them out again as we head toward the weekend. We'll take a look at a potentially stormy pattern coming up.
Love to ski but hate the drive?
Ski Bradford.
15 trails, 100% snowmaking.
Lessons for all ages.
Snack bar, rentals, large base lodge.
Ski Bradford. Ski close to home.
Circus Oz is coming to Boston. Don't miss the National Circus of Australia as they bring their riveting new spectacle to the City Schubert Theater. School Vacation Week. It's high-flying fun for the whole family. For tickets, visit celebrityseries.org.
There's something to be said about good leather. It lasts forever, just like my old baseball glove. And leather furniture lasts a long time, too. Right now, buy any leather living room for $14.99 or more, and you'll get 2 free tickets to see the Red Sox home opener at Fenway. Or 2 free tickets to see the Red Sox play New York at Fenway. Tickets are limited, so don't wait. The perfect leather living room and up to 48 months no interest financing. The only tough decision will be which game.
There's a new light shining on the future of healthcare, on forward-thinking care that's close to home. Welcome to Leahy Health, to nationally recognized doctors, award-winning hospitals, and clinical excellence in primary care in all corners of medicine, just around the corner. Healthcare for who matters most. You. Leahy Health.
At Commerce Bank, we're committed to lending. If your business needs a real estate loan, equipment loan, line of credit, or any other type of commercial loan, please call me. My name is Nate Pusey. We understand how important it is to your business to bank with a commercial bank who makes all of their loan decisions locally and quickly. We're passionate about commercial banking, and we would like to work with you and your business. Because at Commerce Bank, we are lending.
They say you can't buy happiness. I got it for a bargain. Since we left Fios and switched to Xfinity, we get more speed for less money. That's a big deal, especially for the one paying the bills. Now everyone can do what they want, all at the same time. And way faster. One big happy family.
More doesn't have to cost more. Switch to Xfinity Internet from Comcast for $29.99 a month for 12 months. And get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi for all rooms, all devices, all the time. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Diamonds, the gift of love. The Jewelry Exchange has Diamond Infinity, Journey, and Heart pendants for $99. Diamond Anniversary bands from $99. And 1-carat 3-stone rings and studs for $5.99. Thousands of gift ideas, factory direct. The Jewelry Exchange in Sudbury.
Winter weather in New England can be extreme, but there's one thing you can count on. The WBZ Mobile Accuweather Lab, bringing you to the middle of the storm and tracking weather right in your neighborhood. The WBZ Mobile Accuweather Lab, powered by your New England Chevy dealers.
Well, this may make you feel a little better. The company that is repairing the federal healthcare website will now try to fix the Massachusetts Health Connector. Governor Patrick announced today that the state has hired Optum to deliver ideas on how to improve the site in the short term and the long term.
The point is to catch up on the backlog and deliver a system that will give our residents convenience and confidence when it comes to healthcare coverage.
Well, the website was built by a company called CGI, and a contract is worth some $68 million. But the governor said today only $15 million have been paid so far, and CGI will not get a penny more unless it delivers a better website.
Well, some state plow drivers will be staying off the road for the rest of the winter because they haven't been paid. The state's already spent its snow removal budget for the year, so it has to wait for the legislature to allocate more money before it can pay its contractors. The president of the Snow and Ice Contractors Association says the state owed drivers $27 million before yesterday's storm. Ouch.
Yeah, they did a great job in cleaning up our roadways, and now we just have to worry about freezing temperatures.
Right, which are going to be sticking around, Eric, for a while.
Quite a while here. Looks like February, as is often the case, might be a little bit of a tough month here, not just in the Northeast, but across the country. Now, this morning, across the nation, lower 48 was actually the coldest morning of the entire winter season so far. You know, back in January, December, there were big cold outbreaks, but it was warm at the West Coast at that time. This time around, not the case. Actually had an average temperature in the lower 48 of 11 degrees, and a third was below zero earlier on this morning. So big time cold has been a story, and we really don't see much of a pattern change over the next couple of weeks. We're looking at generally quiet weather when you have a lot of Arctic air in place. Usually it's a lot of sinking air under high pressure. A little bit of storminess down here in the southeast. Some snowflakes showing up around Atlanta. None of it reaching the ground yet. We'll keep a close eye on that. We know how they handle their snow down there in the south. Around here locally, we've got generally clear skies, a little bit of cirrus outside, and we had a great sunset just a short while ago. Thank you for sending in some of those pictures, by the way, and sharing some of those. And lows tonight, back in the single digits and teens. So anything that melted just a little bit today, freezing right back up. It'll be a cold start to our Friday. As we end the week, sunrise is at 6:51. Teens for the most part to begin the day. Temperature is very similar tomorrow than to what we saw today. 20s to around 30 degrees. Bit of a westerly breeze, so a touch of wind chill. It'll be a cold evening as you head on home. Sunset is at 5:06. At least we have that going for us. Longer amounts of daylight every day from here until the summer solstice. So we take a look at temperatures at 22 in Keene for tomorrow afternoon. Right around the freezing mark, a little above here for the Cape and the islands. You know, in the interior, we've got the snow that reflects some of that sunlight back up into the atmosphere. But for parts of the Cape and the islands, no snow on the ground. Didn't get the bonanza from the last storm. Looking forward to the next potential. Got a couple of areas of low pressure that are going to try to swing through this weekend. Very disorganized, a lot of moving parts in the atmosphere, but the general idea is that we're looking at mainly a miss. A couple of storms sliding out to sea, a little bit of energy reaching back in New England. This should bring a lot of clouds around on Sunday. Some areas of light snowfall that could linger into Monday, but it looks like real meat and potatoes of this slides out into the Atlantic and will not be very impactful for us around here. Got plenty of snow to go around, that's for sure. And notice they were talking about some of those low snow totals are none at all here, far southeastern Mass, but plenty elsewhere. You move on up toward the mountains, and there is over a foot of new snow in some of those ski areas. So if you want to head there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, cold temps, not much melting, lots of fresh snow, great time snowshoeing cross country, whatever your flavor is, should be great. Your Accuweather 7-day forecast. It's a lot of cold. Every one of those days is below average. Your average high is 38 this time of year. A little bit of that light snow on Sunday. We'll keep a close eye on the storm potential. Does not look like a big deal right now. Very cold for Monday and Tuesday, kicking off next week. And as we head toward Wednesday night and Thursday, that's our next storm chance. Some models hinting at a storm, but 7 days off, lots of time to watch it, and won't get too riled up just yet. Jack, Lisa, back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you. Bruins playing tonight, but they're not all there.
Captain's missing. Captain's missing. Yeah, he's on his way to Sochi. He's the flag bearer, Big Z, Zdeno Chara. So he will not be with the team tonight. Bruins are in St. Louis tonight, taking on the Blues, one of the best teams in the Western Conference, by the way. These have 2 games remaining before the Olympic break. Meanwhile, Brad Stevens Celtics are undefeated in February. They're proud owners of a 2-game winning streak after topping the Sixers in Philly last night, 114-108. Jeff Green led the way with 36 points, while Rajon Rondo floated with a triple-double, 8 points, 9 boards, and 11 assists. Sees are back in action tomorrow night when they host the Sacramento Kings to golf. And beautiful Pebble Beach for the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick both taking part in the same foursome, mind you. Belichick playing alongside James Driscoll, who was born in Boston and is a huge Patriot fan. As for Tom Terrific, he's alongside Ricky Barnes. Brady having a little trouble with his putter on 2, but still having a great time at one of the most beautiful golf courses in the world. If you visit any local ice rink or ball field, you'll find plenty of kids with dreams of trying to reach the pros. Not so much when it comes to car racing. But Dan Rhodes found a local kid who's tearing up the race car competition down south, where the sport is larger than life. And if Kaz Grala has his way, he'll be doing it for many years to come.
Say hello to Kaz Grala, a race car driver who is quickly shooting through the ranks of the auto racing world. A driver who has a lofty goal.
As does any athlete, I'd like to do this for a living and make my money like this, rather than just having a regular job. It's kind of like calling the inside of the car the office, just a little faster and a little more fun.
Kaz Grala is only 15 years old. The 9th grader at Worcester Academy lives in Westboro and has to get a ride from his mom or dad in order to race. We caught up with Kaz at F1 in Braintree, where it all began, at the age of 4.
My first go-kart race, I was actually doing fairly well, and apparently I came in the pits and asked for a juice box and a snack in the middle of the race.
Once Kaz got his juice box and snack, he got bit by the racing bug.
There's just something about it. I've played every sport, baseball, soccer, and I've never really loved any of it, except for racing.
And Kaz Grala is exceptional at it. His dad, Darius, is a successful endurance race car driver, and that appears to have rubbed off.
My dad knew how cool it was himself. He loves it. He's really good as well. And my mom is a trooper through it. Not too many moms would be okay with their kid going 180 miles an hour right in front of them. And I'm not sure she is either, but she does her best.
Not only is Grala the youngest driver competing in auto racing's top minor leagues, he's winning race after race. Something unheard of on that level.
Everyone was probably a little bit, stunned that I did as well as I did. They definitely don't expect it.
When you think of some of the greatest players in sports history, a lot of times it's one name. Tiger, LeBron, and now maybe Kaz.
I'd love it to be like a Danica Patrick type thing where you just need to say Danica and everyone knows who you're talking about, like Cher. That would be obviously really cool. There's not too many Kazes, at least not that I've met, so that definitely works to my advantage.
Meanwhile, on the track, Kaz has his sights set high.
The sports car stuff is a lot of fun. The NASCAR stuff is where the best competition is, so that's my goal.
Don't be surprised to see Kaz not only one day on the NASCAR circuit, but atop the standings as well. Dan Roach, WBZ Sports.
Boy, what a story. Kaz has 2 races next week in Florida, and one of them is at the legendary Daytona Speedway. A juice box and a snack. I love that line. That kid's well spoken.
I can't believe he's only 15 years old. He's one smart kid.
He really is, and hopefully he'll have a bright future ahead of him, so we'll see.
Sounds like
He's
Great
got
story,
it all.
man.
Got it all. Jeez. What was that like when I was 15? Let's not discuss that.
Probably a very fast driver, though, I'm sure.
No.
Well, the CBS Evening News is coming up at 6:30.
Scott Pelley joins us live from New York City with a preview tonight. Scott?
Hey, Jack, Lisa, great to be with you in Boston. We're going to lead the broadcast with the brutal weather, of course, but we're also going to tell you about how the TSA has decided to react to the possibility of a terror threat at the Russian Olympics. Several items have been banned as of today on flights leaving the United States for Russia. We'll have those stories and the rest of the world news for you on the CBS Evening News in a little over 10 minutes.
All right, Scott, thank you. And still to come here, a South Shore woman's terrifying story of waking up next to a raccoon. How she managed to stop the animal as it attacked her.
Take advantage of President's Day by electing to choose new furniture from Bernie & Phil's. Come into any showroom during our President event or shop online at BernieandPhils.com and it'll give you a discount equal to double the mass sales tax off your entire purchase. And because it's our President event, you'll also pay nothing in interest. Get great furniture, a double the mass tax discount, and free financing. The President event. It won't last long, so visit Bernie & Phil's Furniture today.
Foxwoods Resort Casino is celebrating our 22nd anniversary with great events every Monday in February. Take home cash simply by playing slots and table games at our $10,000 Cash Blizzard Hot Seat. Win great raffle prizes when we cut the anniversary cake Saturday, February 15th. On the 17th, you could win the grand prize of $22,000 cash in our over $60,000 anniversary giveaway. Winners guaranteed. Join us for our month-long anniversary at Foxwoods Resort Casino.
When people think about auto insurance, everybody has their own definition of value. If you're looking for the best value, call Amica. A great price is just the beginning. We'll also dig deeper and find every discount that you're eligible for, even some you might not know about. So call 877-76-AMICA. A great price plus the coverage and service you deserve. That's the value of Amica Auto Insurance.
Vision New England. Forget everything you ever thought of as big. Because right now, the biggest thing you'll see around here is the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event. Get a lowest ever $179 a month lease on a winter-ready all-wheel drive RAV4 with no-cost maintenance included. See more best ever offers at buyatoyota.com. Hurry to the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event. It ends February 17th. The savings are wicked big. Toyota, let's go places. Tonight, the murder at the ballet. She was cutting too. We'll put Sherlock Holmes, great honor to meet you, on his toes.
You know you went a little fanboy back there, right?
Fanboy. But will he take this case
Good morning. Would you like some coffee?
lying down?
You seriously slept with a murder suspect in our case?
I thought I would take the opportunity to learn more about her. Simulate yourself if you don't believe me. A new Elementary, CBS Tonight. Catch up online or on demand.
Well, this is scary. Tonight, a Hingham woman is being treated for rabies after a raccoon attacked her in her home. The woman, who's 73 years old, was in bed yesterday morning. She went to pet what she thought was her cat, but it was the raccoon. It bit her in the face and on the mouth, and she says it wouldn't let go.
And finally, after probably 2 minutes, I managed to rip him off my face. And then when I realized it was a raccoon, and I hit him over the head with my phone.
The woman chased the raccoon out, then barricaded herself in her bedroom and called police. Investigators think the animal came in through the cat door. It tested positive for rabies this afternoon.
I have nightmares of that one. Soon, MBTA customers won't have to guess when their bus is going to arrive. The T is now going to install countdown clocks at many of the stations. This is the first clock at Forest Hill Station. 10 more on the way for places like Dudley Square, Harvard Square, and Haymarket. The system should be up and running again for buses by the summer.
Oh, summer. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mount Sunapee. The big mountain with the best snow is right in your backyard.
The internet has become a powerful tool to crowdsource everything, from people to politics. But will you crowdsource your own health? The new way some are teaming up online to identify what's wrong without seeing a doctor. Digital diagnosis tonight on WBZ News at 11.
At CBS News, we only do one thing. Original reporting on the Emmy Award-winning CBS News with Scott Belly.
DCU Mobile Banking lets you deposit checks, pay bills, transfer money. So if you like saving lots of time and money, there's an app for that.
Take a look at tonight's great lineup, starting at 8, only on WBZ. Brought to you by VisionWorks. Cambridge Eye Doctors is now VisionWorks. Find more than a pair of glasses. Find a better you. Visit visionworks.com for the nearest location.
Right now at National Forest Direct, you can get an entire house of name brand carpeting, padding, and next day installation for just $15.88. It's that simple. Your living room, dining room, hallway, and 3 bedrooms of carpet completely installed for just $15.88. Call 888-400-FLOOR for a free in-home estimate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah.
Get into Nissan now. 5 new Nissans. More excitement than ever. Choose the 38 MPG Ultima with a $189 per month lease or 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Nissan, innovation that excites.
Shop ChooseNissan.com.
There's a woman out there who needs you. She's just heard her doctor say, you have breast cancer. She's scared, feeling alone. That's where you come in. Join us for the Avon Walk for Breast Cancer. What if it were you? If she could save your life just by walking with her friends? Odds are she would. Join us for the Avon Walk. 2 amazing days, 39 life-saving miles. Register to walk at avonwalk.org.
Okay, 6 more visits and you'll have your new dentures.
6?
6.
How about 3?
6.
4?
6.
4.5?
6.
5?
6. Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Okay, Mrs. Tucker, your dentures will be ready this Friday. You can do that? We do that.
No way.
Yes, way.
No. No.
Yes. Wow.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth, like on-site denture labs for dentures in days, not weeks. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
It's amazing how much you could cut your car payment if you keep your car and trade your loan. Refinance today with a DCU Second Chance Car Loan.
John Keller at Large, only on WBZ News.
It's not your typical Google search for an everyday ache or pain. Tonight at 11, how often some patients are now relying on strangers online to help diagnose medical mysteries, and just how accurate are the answers. This is a science experiment that started 57 years ago on Cape Cod, and it is still paying off.
You see, 2 weeks ago, Warren Joyce discovered this bottle on a beach in Nova Scotia. And inside he found a letter explaining the bottle was being released from Woods Hole as part of an experiment to track ocean currents. Well, Joyce emailed the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute. They discovered the bottle was sent adrift in 1956.
Wow, that is great. Now, if you were to find that in our area now, it would be frozen.
Frozen solid, a chunk of sea ice.
Right.
Looks like the Arctic out there. It's going to stay rather cold. It's a 7-day forecast every day, below average temperatures. So we're in the freeze-thaw cycle now. Be careful as you head out in the early mornings. Everything will be slippery. And the Sunday-Monday storm looks like light snow for now. We're not forecasting anything major.
And clear your car.
Yes, please.
We'll all be working hard tonight. We'll let you know what's going on if you'd like to join us at 11 o'clock.
See you then.